Now, an interesting story in your masthead, The Mirror, this week, that Meghan thought she had more social clout than the Beckhams. It's a bit optimistic, isn't it?
Well, it's not too long ago, Caro, that we were writing stories from PR gurus saying that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex had $1 billion brand, that they were going to launch themselves into the stratosphere. The sky was the limit for them. And the brand Beckham has been very, very well documented. They've gone on to huge success, whether it's fashion or sport, owning football clubs. And the Sussexes did have it all in their hands. And where has it gone wrong for them? Meghan has had a disastrous deal with Spotify. The Netflix deal is in the balance. I'm sure there will be a few sort of bumps in the road for them. But is the brand tainted? And Meghan's going to launch this new lifestyle brand in due course. But it has had a bit of a fractious start. And I think that when they left the royal family, they did absolutely have different expectations to the reality that has transpired.
And just on Meghan's lifestyle brand, obviously there was a sort of launch, what feels like months ago. We really haven't seen anything, really substantive on that since.
I've spoken to PR experts, and they're saying, it has been very, very sort of watered down. You would expect a big, big launch and to launch her new brand. What is it going to be? We still don't know what American Riviera Orchard is, and the name is very sort of messy. Nobody really understands what the brand is all about. And they did need to capitalise, I think, when they left the royal family, to hit the ground running, to launch themselves into the sort of the public consciousness. It hasn't really gone to plan, has it? Like I said, the Spotify deal sort of went by the by, then the Netflix deal is in the balance as well. So, maybe the sort of the second half of this year is going to be a turning point for them.
And we will be watching. Now, also in The Mirror, a report about the Sussexes having a relationship change. Now, they've had some turnover of staff, and we understand they probably regret some of their previous publicity-related decisions. What's the change, and how are they looking to improve on that personal brand?
Well, listen, we've spoken countless times, haven't we, about the new rebranding of the Sussexes. What are they going to do with their staff? There's been a huge, huge turnover, whether they're going to base themselves in the US or going to come back to the UK. We're talking about tours to Nigeria, Colombia. It all seems a bit haphazard. And I think that, do they want a different relationship with the royal family? That is definitely key. It'd be very interesting to see this new interview. Harry has been speaking about not only his relationship with his family, but the relationship with the media and his high court battles with the British government. It's all going on at the moment. And I think that certainly if they did want to have a new relationship with the royal family, they're going to need to sort of take the sting out of the tail and maybe not start speaking about the sort of private lives of those individuals for a start.
That would be an excellent start. Now, another interesting allegation to make the news this week. Apparently, Prince William banned Meghan from wearing Princess Diana's jewellery. Now, is there anything to this claim?
Well, it's an interesting part in Robert Jobson, the royal biographer's new book about Catherine, the Princess of Wales. It's sort of a life and times, bringing you right up to date. And this is from Harry's wedding, that apparently Prince William did speak to the late Queen that he didn't want Meghan Markle wearing any of Diana's jewellery. Now, we have seen, of course, Meghan wearing parts of late Princess of Wales's jewellery, the earrings, whether she was gifted a Cartier watch from Harry. Of course, he does have access to a lot of Diana's jewellery, but I think this takes you back to sort of the testing times of the early days of Harry and Meghan's relationship. Was William a big fan of Meghan? It doesn't seem so. Was he telling his brother to sort of cool the relationship for the good of not only his mental health, but for the good of the family? And listen, the rest is history, isn't it?
Now, the Olympics are in full swing and the continental royal families are absolutely out in force. What's the update for this week?
Well, there's got to be some perks to being a member of the royal family. It seems that getting the best tickets in the house is one of them. And we've seen Princess Anne at the equestrian events. We saw him handing out medals to the swimmers the other night. The Queen Mary of Denmark has been cheering on the Danish contingent. The Netherlands royal family has been out in force as well. And I'm sure Princess Anne is going to be on hand to deliver some more medals, hopefully for your guys and girls, and hopefully for Team GB as well. But it's been a very, very big royal affair as we've been going through these Olympic Games.
We have been doing very well. And lastly, and I've got a bit less than a minute, Russell, the Coronation was obviously a huge event in the royal calendar last year. We understand that the Royal Collection Trust has done quite well out of it.
Well, it has. It's had a bumper year. You know, the coffers have been filled up to the tune of about £10 million. You know, because of the coronation, they're still sort of reaping the benefits of that. You know, there's a lot of people coming to the new Buckingham Palace East Wing that has been opened for the very first time this year. And I think that as we sort of come into the latter half of this year, it's going to be very, very important to try and get the tourists in to bolster up the coffers. You know, the Royal Collection Trusts are feeling the pinch a little bit more in this year than they have in previous years. So hopefully the tourists are going to be flocking to London and beyond.
I trust they will be. Russell Myers, thank you for joining us.